You chose it, I read it, and now I'm here to share all my thoughts on Midsummer Mysteries by Agatha Christie. Hello book friends, I'm Jen and welcome back to my reading life, and welcome to the second installment of You Choose It, I Read It book review video. For my first installment, I read the Red Address book. If you'd like to see my thoughts on that book, head on over to that exclusive review video. I will link it here in the cards and in the description box below. And for my second book, which I had you choose from some books I pulled from my own unread bookshelves, and you chose Midsummer Mysteries by Agatha Christie. This is a collection of short stories which are all set during the summertime, or they have something summery about them, or do they? We're going to get into all of it right now. First of all, this book is part of a 4-book series of seasonal collections of Agatha Christie short stories. There is a book for spring, summer, autumn, and winter. I have read Midwinter Murders, and of course now I have read Midsummer Mysteries. I have Sinister Spring on my shelf to read, and I still haven't yet gotten a copy of Autumn Chills, but that is next on the order to collect so that I can have this entire series, because you know how I love Agatha Christie. If you don't know that I love Agatha Christie, I actually did an entire author spotlight video all about her, and I ranked some of my favorite books by her. I will also link that video here and in the description box below, so be sure to check that one out as well. I'm just going to read you the quick little blurb off the back of the book so we can kind of set the scene for these short stories. It says, summertime. As the temperature rises, so does the potential for evil. From Cornwall to the French Riviera, whether against a background of Delphic temples or English country houses, Agatha Christie's most famous characters solve even the most devilish of conundrums as the summer sun beats down. Pull up a deck chair and enjoy plot twists and red herrings galore from the best-selling novelist of all time. Now, I'm going to just say right off the bat that I thoroughly enjoyed my time reading through Midsummer Mysteries. I will have to say that I think all but maybe 2 of the stories in here I have read before in other short story collections, which in no way diminished my reading them again. And it's funny because a couple of the Poirot stories in here are actually early episodes from the Poirot TV series, which I have just recently watched. So it was kind of fun to go back to the short stories and recollect what the Poirot TV show was like and how they did things differently from the short story. So I did actually enjoy that as well, just kind of a little added bonus. But certainly if you were reading this, then you could go back and watch the Poirot TV episodes that go along with the Poirot short stories that are part of this collection. Now, the one thing that I will say about this collection is that I didn't find that every short story had necessarily a summery feel to it. And maybe they were set during the summertime, but that wasn't necessarily implicitly stated. And while that didn't necessarily take away from my enjoyment of the short story itself, I did feel a little bit like I wasn't sure why a couple of these were included in this particular volume. But that's neither here nor there. Of course, as always with short story collections, I enjoyed some of the stories in this collection more than others. And let me just read off a few of my favorite titles from this one. The very first short story in here, which is one I have read in the past, called The Blood-Stained Pavement, is such a fun short story by Agatha Christie. And if you haven't read that one, I highly recommend seeking it out. I also really enjoyed Death on the Nile, which has nothing to do with the full-length novel of the same name, but I love her stories and books set in the Middle East, and of course this one is, or well, technically this one would be set in Northern Africa, but I very much enjoy those hot weather locations that Agatha Christie wrote about, and she does that so well. And so that's a great one. Jane in Search of a Job was actually a very interesting story, and one that was maybe a little bit different than some of Christie's other short stories. So I really enjoyed that one. And then finally, The Oracle at Delphi, again, another one set in the Middle East, in that hot weather climate. And I just always am drawn to those stories, especially in the warmer months of the year. So if you enjoy that as well, I definitely recommend seeking out that short story also. And then the final short story in this collection, The Incredible Theft, which I enjoyed. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it is by far and away the longest short story in the collection. I think in this edition, it is about 50 pages long. And so that was quite lengthy. I thought there was maybe one more short story after it. And as I kept reading, I thought, oh no, this is going to take me to the end of the book. So again, so that one is a little bit on the longer side, but the rest of the short stories, I think probably all average maybe 10 to 20 pages or so. So kind of average short story length for all of them. Now, there were, of course, a couple in here that I didn't enjoy as much. I will have to say, I don't know if any of you have read any of Agatha Christie's Harley Quinn short stories, but Harley Quinn is not a character that I personally enjoy very much. So there is a Harley Quinn. I can't remember if there's one or two stories. There's for sure one story in here, Harlequin's Lane. I think that might be the only one, Harley Quinn. But again, there's something a little bit almost like mystical or something, or magical about Harley Quinn, and I don't know, it's just not, they're just not my favorites. Let's just leave it at that. So that one was probably my least favorite story in here, but we have stories that feature, of course, Poirot, as I mentioned. Miss Marple is in this collection. Tommy and Tuppence are in this collection. Parker Pyne is in this collection. So quite a few of Christie's sleuths make an appearance in Midsummer Mysteries. I would say if you are a fan of Agatha Christie, this is definitely worth picking up and giving a read. Even if you remember who done it and what happened in each of the stories, I think it is just really fun and interesting to see how she plots her stories, because she is a master of her craft. So I definitely recommend the short story collection if you're looking for something to read either now or in the summertime, or really anytime. I mean, these definitely have a summery feel to them. So if it's cold and dreary where you are, this might be the warm pickup that you need in story form. But regardless, I think any Christie fan would enjoy having this book as part of their collection. Now, having read this, it actually got me thinking about a couple of other short story collections that are stories set in the summertime that I have on my shelf. And one of these collections I have read, and the other one is going on my summer TBR pile of possibilities for this year. And I wanted to share them with you as just kind of a little bonus for you as well. So if you enjoy mysteries and short stories and are looking for something to read this summer, then I want to point these out to you so that you could possibly pick them up. Both of these short story collections were put out by Profile Books, and they were edited by Cecily Gayford. And the first one, which is the one that I read, was published in 2019, and that is Murder in Midsummer. And this features short stories by the likes of Dorothy L. Sayers, Arthur Conan Doyle, Ruth Rendell, Ellis Peters, G.K. Chesterton, Carter Dixon, and more. And it is classic mysteries for the holidays. I love this very summery cover. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I read it a few summers ago, and it's just perfect. I love short stories. They're wonderful for dipping in and out of. It's a great book to take with you to the pool or the beach, because I think you could read a story, and then if it gets too warm, take a dip in the water and then get back out or read another story if you want. This also makes perfect bedside reading in the summertime. I'd love to have short story collections on my bedside table. So if I am too tired at night to pick up whichever novel I'm in the midst of, then I can grab a short story, read through that, and then take myself off to sleep. So I definitely recommend this one if you're looking for some classic golden age whodunits for your summer reading. And then the second book, which is the one I have not yet read, and this one was published in 2024, is Murder Under the Sun. And again, these are classic mysteries for summer, and they feature stories by the likes of Arthur Conan Doyle, Anthony Berkeley, Gladys Mitchell, Nicholas Blake, Edmund Crispin, Ellis Peters, Simon Brett, and more. I should have told you how many stories are in each of these collections. In this collection, we have 9 short stories. In the previous collection that I just shared, there are 10 in this one. So a good number of short stories. I really love short story collections that feature multiple authors. One, I think it's a great way to get introduced to authors that you don't know. And if you enjoy their short stories, then maybe it's worth checking out if they have any full-length novels or maybe an entire short story collection by that author. On the flip side of that, if there's a story that you don't enjoy, at least you know there's only one by that author in this collection and you can move on to the next story and hopefully enjoy that one more. So this is kind of a really good way to, one, get introduced to different authors that you may never have read before, or of course, experience authors that you love and enjoy coming back to. So I think there's a lot to be said for especially mystery short story collections like this, where it is a compilation of quite a few writers. And I cannot wait to get to this one. Anyone read this? I think it is going to make for perfect summer reading. So there you have it, 3 collections of short stories to entice you into some mysterious summer reading this summer. I hope that maybe at least one of these has intrigued you and you might want to add it to your own TBR or pile of possibilities for summer 2026. Let me know down in the comments below if you're planning to read any of these or if you've already read them, and what are some summer mystery short story collections that you have read that you also would recommend. And if you are a fan of mysteries, stay tuned because my summer mystery recommendations video is going to be coming out soon. So be sure you have your notifications turned on so that you don't miss it. I'm going to give you all of the summery mysteries that I recommend for a fantastic summer of whodunit. That will wrap things up. Let us chat all things summer mysteries down in the comments below. Let me know what you love, what you're interested in, and if you're here but you don't have anything you'd like to add in the comments, but you would like to let me know that you were here, because comments really do help my channel, well, of course, let's leave some sunshine and a little detective, because we are talking all things summer mysteries today. And if you enjoyed this video, if you could hit that like button and hype button if you're on the YouTube mobile app. Both of those things really help my channel and they help new viewers to find my videos. And if you're one of those new viewers and you haven't yet subscribed, but you enjoyed this and you want to see more book reviews, book hauls, book recommendations, book vlogs, all that good stuff, then hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. I would love to have you join my cozy bookish community. I want to thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for voting on this book for me to read. Did you enjoy this? Shall we do this again? Would you like to vote on another book for me to read? If so, there is a pinned comment down below this video. Make sure you respond yes or no to that pinned comment and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I had a lot of fun doing it and I would love to continue on with this series. As always, I'll be back with another video very soon. And until then, I wish you a good book and a warm cuppa. Bye.